Hey, it's Del Weston on Del Weston on Film. You cannot make a movie without a beautiful woman, nor can you do it without talent, perseverance, and skill. My next guest has all those traits. It's Kerstin John.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I hate to introduce beautiful women as beautiful women because then people think it's only about the beauty. And it's not. You've got some real talent.
Yeah, you have to have some brains too.
You've got to have a little bit upstairs.
Yeah.
Jack has a little bit upstairs.
He does.
Very little.
Just a little?
Just a little. Just a
No,
touch.
I think there's quite a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, it might be quite a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Oh my God, I'm from Germany.
No, you're not.
Where in Germany?
I'm from a town called Erfurt, which is East Germany, former East Germany. It's basically between Berlin and Munich.
What brought you here?
I came to United States as an au pair originally.
Oh, I wish I was a baby.
I would have cradled you.
Turned out so much
Give me a
differently.
bottle.
That's a picture. That's a picture. Now that's a picture I'm going to take home.
I don't care.
Go ahead, try.
Say hi to my sidekick, Jack Lucarelli.
Hello,
Nice to
Kerstin.
see you
My buddy.
Good to see you again, too. Tried to work with you in the past.
We will in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, we're working together right now.
Yes.
There's no such thing as a film without a pretty girl. In my mind. Am I wrong or right?
I think you're right.
I think I'm right too.
Yeah.
I think I'm right too. You came all the way from Germany. Was it to become an actress or was it to, what was it for? Why'd you come this way?
It was to avoid going to college immediately after high school and see the world.
Have you seen the world?
I haven't been everywhere yet, but I've been definitely to a lot of places.
What's your favorite place?
Oh God. Well, I guess favorite place is home.
Where's home?
Home is my hometown Erfurt, which is where my family is.
In Germany?
Yes. Because that's where my mom, my dad, my brother and sister. That's
Yeah.
my favorite place in the world. Other than that, I love LA. I love it here. Lots of opportunities.
Absolutely.
Beautiful weather.
How long have you been away from Germany?
It's been 10 years.
Do you go back often or you just don't?
Yeah, I go once a year. I try to go once a year if I can. I'd like to go more, maybe do films there in the future.
What's the film climate like in Germany?
There's actually a lot of amazing filmmakers there, especially in Berlin.
Is it subsidized by the government or is it independent? People raise their own money.
Both. TV is subsidized by the government, some of it, and then I think you can get funding for your films as well, but I'm not really sure.
Are you as innocent as you look? Really? Are you just saying that?
I bet you're as sweet as you look.
Yes, I'm sweet. Maybe not innocent, but
Not innocent? I went to your website. I love your pictures.
Aw,
Oh my God.
You do
Thank
have
you.
one of the greatest websites I've ever seen.
thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, I
outstanding.
remember that.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me about the process of you using your beauty, your body, your for your work, for your expression.
I think it started very early on. I was put into a swim camp when I was 6. So I was always very athletic and very comfortable in my body. And when I moved to the United States and people were asking me, if I wanted to model for them, I had no problem, doing anything from fashion to nudes and athletics things. And I got to work with some really amazing photographers that I had experiences that I wouldn't trade for anything.
When you say you had no problem doing everything from fashion to nude, why do you think there's such a difference between your perspective and the perspective of a lot of our actresses who are working today when it comes to nudity? I noticed that whenever we put a part up that requests nudity, you get all these strange things, and all anybody ever wants to hear is that, oh, it'll be tastefully done. I don't know what tasteful is anymore.
Yeah.
Because I see every show on HBO, every show, there's nudity. Every show on Showtime, from Da Vinci's Code to Boardwalk Empire, everything
all-
is
yeah.
everybody's naked. I mean, is it what's happening? What's going on?
So why do you think people are having a problem with it?
Well, yeah.
doing
What
it, or?
you say, I have no issue because that's your creative
Yeah.
expression in your outlook on the business. Is there a difference between American actresses and European actresses, or is it just you? You're just saying, listen, I'm confident, I'm comfortable, I'm beautiful. I don't really.
I don't know. I think that there's. I don't think that there's a difference between European actresses and American actresses, but I think that nudity is definitely a little bit more part of our culture in Europe than it's here. Here it's, the way violence is shown here, nudity is shown in Europe. It's a little less shocking, I guess.
You have beautiful ears. When you moved your hair, oh my God!
They're tiny, right?
No, they're gorgeous.
You know, what you said is so true. I had a film that I was in Europe with, in the Scandinavian countries, and big first question that was asked when in the promotional trail was, why do you have a problem with the nudity and yet you glorify the violence? And they said we had it all backwards.
Yeah.
But I disagree with you a little bit. The average American actress, it's like Zell said, first question is if it's going to be done tastefully.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, read the script. You know. And,
Well, I just say that because I don't care what you're shooting. If you watch any episode of Spartacus on Stars, or if you watch anything on HBO, or you watch anything on Showtime for that matter, the nudity is there now, and I think what's happening is that everyone has to outdo the next show in order to get the viewers.
They want shock.
And so the actresses are being forced to disrobe. And I have no problem with nudity. I have more of a problem with violence than I do with nudity.
I mean, I think there's a place for everything. You know, there's a place for to show skin, and then there's a place to show violence, because that's part of our world.
Right.
You know, and there's no reason why we should hide it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about, the story that we're trying to tell, and maybe the message we're trying to send. I don't know.
I want to show the people a clip from some of your upcoming work. Then I want to talk about it, because I think you've got an amazing amount of talent. The beauty is unsurpassed, and your attitude is so refreshing. Absolutely amazing. We're going to come right back to see a clip of your work. Hey, stay tuned. Here's some of Kerstin John work. Check it out and love it like I do. We'll be right back.
وعلى المروج بسابق النحلات بجيب لك ضمير زهور بكرية وبطير مع أحلام وخيالات عبلاد مدري وين مبنية وبجدلك من سوالف الغيماء منجوحتك عكتاف جنية وبغزلك شراشف من الهمسات وفراش من قلب نووي وبغزلك شراشف.
Hey, welcome back to the show. You've just seen a little taste of what I know exists, and that's perfection. Talk to me about being in America, coming from a foreign country, landing here, and discovering yourself, because you came very young, right?
Yeah.
What's it been like for you here?
Exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like I've grown a lot and learned a lot and seen a lot. I went from being an au pair to traveling half across the country and sleeping in a tent for 2 months in
Where?
Oregon.
Wow, you're an adventure.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we found a place. I lived in Oregon for 7 years.
That's one lucky guy. Oh my God.
Yeah, we lived there.
Has he killed himself yet now that he knows you're gone?
No.
He
No.
might.
No.
He'll wake up one day,
No.
put a bullet in his mouth.
No, life is too sweet to kill yourself. Don't do
Over
that.
you?
Ever.
Over you?
Yes, even over me, over anything.
Come on.
You talked about the opportunity in your home country now in film with your accent and being German. How much easier would it be to get work back there versus here? Obviously, you're here.
Yeah.
You've chosen here versus there.
You know, that's an interesting question because I've had a lot of trouble with the accent here. Commercial, it starts with commercials, you know, when they're speaking roles, oftentimes they don't want an accent. And sometimes for the story, the accent doesn't work either. I think it's great. I think that it brings a lot of color to a story. And, you know, like me, I've been here for 10 years and I have an accent.
Yeah.
You know, just because somebody has that doesn't mean.
Well, I know he was so enthralled that on the film Sonny and Ray Ray, he had written a scene for us.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. And I was so proud of you because you turned the part down. You said, I don't think it's right. And I was so, man, you know, rejection is one thing from a director. You know, you go, well, I tried and this and that. But if you're smart, that director's going to come back and find a way. And that's why we reconnected now over something that was completely different. But, you know, I want to work with you. And I said, I'll find a way one way or the other. And I think that's, you know, you said you've been here working 10 years, but the accent had been a problem. The accent's not a problem for me. I think what happens is, though, you've got to create a relationship with a director who really just looks at you and says, yeah.
Yeah, it's
because I write for people. I don't write a character that doesn't exist. I write for people I know, you know. And it would be very easy to write for you, very easy to write and create for you. Very simple.
Champagne and whatever.
Champagne and sushi, baby. Yeah.
And a character's, a scene being written right over that champagne.
Well, you know what's funny? I had a guest in the show, and they sang a song to me, a guy. He wrote a song called Weston. He sang, and I didn't understand. I never understood what praise was and how it affects you until you have someone that actually praises you.
Yeah.
And what I'm suggesting for you is, and for a lot of actresses that are out there, I don't think you have a clue as to what most directors will do to work with you. Because directors have to be inspired to keep things fresh and to keep things moving forward. And by the way, it's not easy to direct. It's not easy to raise money. It's not easy to put your work out there. You've got to have something to fight for. And like Helen of Troy launched, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Huh? I think you can launch 2,000 or 3,000. Hey,
let's try.
I'll tell you right now, there'll be a lot of dead Greeks around.
Let's try.
I'm not kidding. Burn something down.
Oh my goodness.
What kind of films do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing?
I want to do anything from drama to comedy, indie films, blockbusters.
Talk to me about the new trailer you have coming out. What's it called?
It's called Tasting Wednesday.
Right. And what's it about?
It is. It was written and directed by Pamela Navarro. It's about a boy who is 9 years old and he has a condition that is a neurological condition called synesthesia. And his mom has the same condition, and she's trying to basically protect her son from the world.
Wow.
So that he doesn't have to go through what she did in her life.
Wow.
Her parents, they try to fix her with psychologists and doctors, and she doesn't want her son to go through the same thing.
Wow.
And with him, she learns how to embrace the condition and make it something positive.
Wow. So that's a trailer they shot to raise the money for the feature?
Yes.
Can we get a clip of that?
Yes.
Let's take a look at it right now then.
Okay.
This is Kerstin John in Tasting Wednesday.
My dad always tells me I'm a superhero, but I can't climb walls or fly.
I don't worry about my oldest son, David. However, Peter, he's so much like me. I don't want my son to go through what I did.
Jane, stop it.
I found out about my condition when I turned 10. And what happens if he has it?
Then Peter will turn out to be just as special and talented as you are.
Mom, what's happening? I'm scared.
Oh, sweetie. Close your eyes. Rest for a while. It'll make you feel better.
Come on! You say you're a superhero? Peter Parker goes after the girl. Why isn't Peter Fletcher going after this girl? She's gonna need someone to save her from Kyle.
Why did you do that?
My dad did this to my mom, and they love each other.
I love your mom so much. She's like Wonder Woman. You're a superhero too. Your special power is that you can see the world in a totally different way.
You're the best friend I ever had.
Don't forget that you can do anything you want.
Great clip, great actress. I am often hit by people who say, I want to work, I want to work, I want to work. But they're not willing to do the work that's necessary to make something successful. What have you done to make yourself successful? What do you think that you bring to the table?
Passion. I think first thing, you have to have a passion for what you do. And you know, I studied architecture. I quit architecture to do this. Like I just felt like I was doing something wrong and I was lying to myself. And now I'm able to do what I love, which is telling stories. And I read books, I read scripts, I watch movies, I meet people. I wanna see what people are doing. I go to movies, you know, I see as many as I can. I submit myself. I do workshops, take classes.
You know what I see you doing? I see you doing, because of your stature and your physical conditioning, you know, a lot of you're going to be seen as a Barbarella, which, if you go back in history, the Jane Fonda, I think, played that role. You mentioned passion. I think your thing is compassion. I could see her being a very compassionate nurse, sort of what you were talking about in this movie. I think that's where you're going to find the role that will define you.
I love that.
Usually I'm not insulting the Jack, but I'm going to be right now. Not only are you not a nurse, you're the leading lady.
I could be a leading lady nurse.
No,
yeah, that's
forget
where
the
I
nurse
was
stuff.
going. I wasn't going as I'm talking about the leading lady who plays the nurse in the piece. That you're, you know, you're keeping somebody alive. That that you've got a cause to do. That's what I see.
You're the worst wingman in history. You know that?
No.
I mean, you're the absolute worst
What it is,
wingman in history.
All of a sudden, he sees me offering champagne. Or
I'm threatened by him in the way he speaks to you, and I don't even know you. That's how horrible this is. But that bespeaks of a condition that a lot of guys have and a lot of directors have, right? That's why you always see these directors that have these relationships with their stars, or they try these, like that new Alfred Hitchcock film that just came out about his deal with the woman from the Birds, Tippi Hedren. How he was so fascinated with this woman that he wanted to make her famous, and but he wanted to possess her as well.
Oh,
You know, I think that's the mind of a creative, artist. They want to, in some way, they're so inspired by a person that they want to have them, and to be with them in a way that that transcends a relationship. But it's more of that's my creation. And I always envision Michelangelo carving David. I imagine him kissing that piece as he created it, because how could you not? The proportions are slightly off, but it's absolutely stunning and beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not look at that piece of artwork and
And be proud.
oh my God.
Yeah,
There's a picture of you on your website where you're standing up straight and your head's in a certain position, your hair's pulled back, and I go, oh my God.
I don't know which one.
It's out there. But I'll tell you this much. If you'd hold that picture up on a couple of banners, Germany would be ruling the world right now. You guys would be in charge. Trust me. That's a pretty outstanding picture. What other projects do you have coming up besides Tasting Wednesday?
I have another project come up that is written and will be directed by Derek Milton. It's called Wishfinder.
Right.
And it's the lead of the film will be Luis Guzman.
I like him.
I'm super excited to
You're
work
working with
him.
Danielle Vazanova too, aren't you?
Yes.
I love Danielle Vazanova.
Yes. And I'm really excited to meet her next week.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She won't stop texting me. She comes to rehearsals with us on Monday nights, and she works very, very hard.
Yeah, she
And
seems like that.
she was telling me that for a pretty girl, it's tougher in the business because they have to work harder to prove that they're serious about it. And she's one of the prettiest young ladies I know. And it's not just her look, it's her spirit, it's her attitude, it's her energy, all those things combined.
I get to work opposite her in this film, and just think I almost got to work opposite you, and you're both working together.
You're going to be working
It's a small
together.
town.
Yeah.
That's why you can't screw up.
Yeah.
See, it's such a small town, and such a tight business that you don't get to go far without making good relationships and actually doing the right thing. That's why I hate to see actresses shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
When you see certain people who get a good part or a big role, I think when it was Michael Bay and the one girl who was in Transformers.
Oh, what happened there? I don't
Well,
know.
she said how bad the movie was.
Oh.
So he fired her from the film.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you can bad talk a
Yeah.
guy like that who's really trying to put you to work in films that make
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of dollars, irrespective
Yeah.
of if they're good or not.
Yeah.
Someone likes them, or they wouldn't be putting the cash down to see them. But to attack it, that's not a good move. I mean, it's a small world.
Yeah.
So the director put you two together? Is that what it was?
Danielle and I? Yeah, he just called me yesterday and said that I should meet Danielle.
Yeah.
And then I see her on your website.
Crazy.
And I'm like, this, it was all just meant to happen.
Yeah, she's great. She did a film called White Trash Noir. She's working with us on a new film called The Intervention.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
and she's already rehearsing with you on that,
Well,
right?
we don't call it rehearsal.
Yeah.
It's more of people who are interested in getting together to find their roles. Because I don't think that so many films are made now that they're not rehearsed. People say, "Oh, I'm going to show up and shoot," but have you found the essence of the role? Have you found how your character interacts with another character? And there's so many movies that are made that where they never met the person before. They haven't had any time to spend together. And
Yeah.
we had a breakthrough night a few weeks ago with Jack and Danielle where they were working together in a scene, and she did something that I think clearly identified her character finally for Jack's character.
Yeah.
And anyone can shed tears. You went to the restroom a few minutes ago and I cried for 3.5 minutes. But to do it as a character, that's funny. Huh?
And he
to do
ordered
it,
a bottle of champagne.
yeah, but to do it as a character in the order of the scene you're doing.
Yeah.
Wow, and have it be real.
fun.
This guy over here, he crumbled like a paper bag. It was beautiful to watch because it was his character, not him.
Yeah.
And I think they found each other, and I think you can't get there without rehearsal.
Yeah, I think you have to definitely put in the work,
Yeah.
You have to really immerse yourself in the character. When you're given a project, I mean, it's an honor to work on it. So,
See, I think so too. Because it's like so many people. It's like when you're in sports and you're a young kid, right? And you're the last child picked, right? That's a bad feeling. But how great is it to feel to be the first one picked?
Yeah.
So that's the pole position.
Yeah.
And I think that not enough people understand that you might end up being the person who wasn't picked. If you get a hold of something, you better hold on tight.
yeah.
Well, I'm a betting man, and I'm betting that he's going to end up working with you one day.
Oh, you can forget it. My mind's made up. I'm telling you, I'm done.
Perfect. Well, I love
It doesn't
that.
take much for me. I see someone who wants to work. I want to work with them.
It's kind of cool though when you get a director enthused about you. It's not every actor gets that opportunity to get somebody who's in the business who is a working person and enthused about them. And I think that has a lot to do with right time, right place, right role.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to, there's like a chemistry you have, and you want to be the muse, and you want to have
That's a great
inspire.
word. That's the word. That's
and
the
just,
word.
Like a symbiosis that like it just has to work, and this is the time.
Yeah.
Here we
This
are,
is our time.
a year later.
A year later.
I don't think the time matters. I don't think that the length of time between the two
Yeah.
things matter.
Yeah.
I think what's important is that it actually happens.
Yeah.
That you get something. It's like Jack and I are now working on our third film together in less than a year.
Yeah.
And there's
that's great.
one really big film, then we have a smaller one, and now we're going back into a medium small one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter as long as you get the work done.
Yeah.
The big one's big and it's very, very good.
We had a ball. It was amazing. Normally you work 12, 14-hour days. You've worked. We would be done in 8 hours and sitting around
Wow.
looking.
Well, that
at
was the
each other.
rehearsal process.
Yeah,
What happened was
that's what happened.
It
was
enabled
we were
the
so
actors
prepared.
to
Yeah.
find their characters so much more quickly on the set and to
Yeah.
deliver their lines beautifully. I mean, it's one thing just to take a take or two or three, but it's a whole other thing when someone's prepared and excited and ready to work. It makes a big difference.
He had an ambiance set up where we could take the troupe of actors and really walk into a location, and he'd look around, and if we had to climb into a closet to do the scene, we were so prepared we could do it in the closet.
That's so great.
Or we could do it at the bar, or we could do it out at the in the alley.
Yeah, and then the process of recording it became secondary to the performances.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when you get to a set, it's the technical side. Oh, well, let's put this here and let's move this here and let's change this. Oh, I have a problem. That wasn't the process. The process was get the performances right. The camera will find the performances.
You know, we actually had that happen, Del, if you recall, when we shot a scene between Levi and Ray Ray in the alley.
Yeah.
And as the actor, it felt great for me. And you went, no, I don't want to, we're going to do it. We're going to do it again. And I thought, I don't want to lose this performance. It was spontaneous, it was fresh.
Right.
So we did it 2 weeks later in another location, in a kitchen. And it was
100 times better.
But we were prepared, no matter where we would have done that scene, to the point where he goes, "Wow,
that's so great."
You know, and it was crazy. I learned a lot on that film, working with him.
I can't wait
process.
to see it.
What could happen for you? And I can't wait for you to see it. But what would be perfect to happen for you? What do you, if something great were going to happen for you in your career, what would it be?
Bottle of champagne.
No, did you leave her alone? And please stop touching her. I'm sorry. If I can't touch her, I don't want you touching her. You son of a...
I just want to work. I want to act. You know.
That's easy.
I want to act, and I want to act in. You know, of course, I want to get scripts that I love.
What do you love? What kind of parts would you love?
Compassionate ones.
Would you leave? Would you please? You're like a ventriloquist with your hand up her back or something. Back off, man.
He tells me to sit here. Last show he said I was a mute.
And now you're like, don't say anything. You know, there's a few actresses that I look at.
Such as?
That I love, which, for example, Naomi Watts.
Right. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I think she's amazing, and I
She's raggedy compared to you, though.
love the films she's done.
She's getting a little raggedy in the, yeah.
I love her.
See, you're so fresh looking. I don't know how old you are, and I don't care, but you look so fresh and vibrant and young. That's amazing. That's wonderful. You were going to say something, Jack? I don't want to usurp your thunder, please.
No, I wasn't.
Perfect. Keep it that way. So Naomi Watts films. What else?
Independent movies. You know, blockbusters. Oh my God, James Bond girl. I'd love to do that.
Well, you could easily be a James Bond girl. Yeah.
Drama. My parents think I should do comedy. They think I'm goofy, and they say that they have to laugh when
Do your parents support you in this? Do they like?
Absolutely.
How wonderful is that?
Yeah, they of course. You know, it took them a long time to get used to me quitting architecture and having a stable job, to not knowing what I'm going to do the next day.
Are you happy?
Very.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to at the end. That's all it comes down to. I want to work with you. I'm going to make it happen, like they say on Star Trek, make it so. I will make it so. Jack, it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you, sir.
I love you, brother.
Thank you.
I love you, brother.
Likewise.
Kerstin John, you're the perfect guest.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, wow, hey. Yeah. Hey, you've been watching Del Weston on Film with the beautiful Kerstin John and the lovely Jack Lucarelli. We'll be back with more next time. Keep watching.